In this video we're going to take a look at split lighting, how to set it up and when to use it in both studio lighting setups and in real world shots. Hey there, my name is Rocco. I hope you're doing well, and I also hope that you had a good Christmas and you're having a great new year. In the last video that we did, we took a look at one of the basic portrait lighting setups that we can get, which is, Rembrandt lighting. If you haven't seen that video yet, I suggest you go and have a look at it because it is an interesting thing to try and introduce into your images. But what we're going to do in this video is we're going to look at something called split lighting. Now, split lighting is one of the most basic but powerful portrait lighting setups that you can do. One side of the face is lit, the other falls into shadow, and there's no tricks, no safety net, nothing like that. And the reason why we use it is because it generally tells a story instantly. Split lighting says that this person that we're looking at isn't straightforward, there's tension there, conflict, power. It's perfect for characters that have got secrets or moral grey areas or got a dangerous edge to them. So over here then in the viewport we have our model who is all suited and not so booted today. Just standing there looking a bit moody, which we want it to be. As you can see behind her there, I've only got this one spotlight already in scene, and if we just have a quick look at the render settings, you can see we're on scene only, so the only lighting that we're going to be putting into this scene is the lights that we add into it. Now, as I said, there's this one behind her, and if we come into our camera and then just come into NVIDIA iRay, we can see that all that this spotlight is doing is just lighting up the background a little bit so that she stands out from the background. But that's the only light that's in scene. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to add in our split light, and then maybe, depending on what we want to do with it, maybe add in a fill light and a rim light just to add to the lighting in the scene a little bit if we want to control the shadows. Now, as has already been mentioned, a split light's very simple. It's just basically one light. So if we were to just come back into texture mode for a moment and onto our perspective camera, what we want to do with it, if we come around this side, you can do it either side, obviously, is we just want to get our camera roughly at a 90-degree angle to our model's face, and get it in a rough position that we want it to be. Basically about this is where we want to be. You can make it wider, you can bring it out a bit further, but in this example I'm just going to have it quite close because I just want to really focus on our model's face. But you can obviously do an entire body shot with it if you want. And so now if we come up to create a spotlight, we'll just do it from the perspective view, so it'll create it at the position of our perspective camera and click accept, and come back round to our main camera and take another look then at NVIDIA iRay to see what we've got. And what we get is this really harsh light coming in from the spotlight over there. We can see that she's been split down the middle with it. And so what we end up with is this really harsh light because the spotlight's so close to her face. But you can see how it's splitting her down the middle because we're only lighting up that side of her face, which is great. We're going to do the usual thing. We're going to soften the light somewhat. It's perfectly fine to keep it hard if you wish, like it is. So you see this really hard, dark line down the centre of her nose. But we're going to soften it up like we normally will do. So we'll come down to light geometry, turn it into a disc. Why not? And then just increase the disc to a 50 by 50 size. We don't want it too big because we have it close up. And you can see now everything's softened a little bit and it's lost a little bit of the intensity also. And so if we come down to luminous flux, we'll take it up to, say, 10,000, and then we'll drop the temperature down to 4,500. And we start to see the image forming over there on the left. Now, some people ask me, why do I use temperature, by the way? I'm going to do a video on temperature, so don't worry if you're going to ask that question. We're going to get round to doing why we use temperature and not the colour of the light in this situation. But as you can see now over on the side view in the viewport, we can see now that we've split our model right the way down the centre of her face with this one light. It creates a little bit of mystery, a little bit of what's going on here. It asks a few questions of what's happening in the shadows and things. which is the whole purpose of a split light, because we use it as a light to tell a story or to ask questions with it. Like we said earlier, it's not here to make your model look beautiful, it's there to tell a story, and so it's what type of story are we telling with a split light. But the shadows are dark, as you can see. Maybe we don't want them so dark, and they don't need to be so dark and still, have a split light. So what we'll do now, we'll come back to our perspective view, and this time we'll spin around, as you see, and we'll just come out here a little bit. That's obviously our light, and I'll just come out into texture so we can see what's going on. We'll just come around here, and what we're going to do, we're just going to add a fill light into this, just something that will just help us control the shadows on the dark side of our model's face. So again, we'll just come into create, we'll come to spotlight, and we put the spotlight at where the perspective camera is and click accept. Don't worry about that. And there we go, we get the camera. So now when we come back round to camera view, and so there we go, just by adding that one fill light in, we've already lit up this side of our model's body, and she looks a little bit more realistic now. There is still a little bit of harsh light. There's a bit of a dark shadow there between her boobs. So if we just click on the light, come down to light geometry again, turn it over to disk, make it 50-50, why not? That'll soften the light up somewhat, and then just by playing around with the luminous flux, we can either brighten the shadows up, or we can bring the shadows down to make that darker side a little bit more shadowy if we so wish. Again, it seems that we want to adhere to the rules of the 3-point lighting system. If we come out to our perspective view, come around the back, maybe just come here, and what we'll do, we'll just now add a rim light in. We'll just drop it in there on the perspective camera, shining down behind her like this, come into our camera, and we can have ourselves a nice little portrait with split lighting, where she's split down the middle with this bright light, and then just controlling the shadows and the darkness on the other side with a fill and a rim light. And just like in the last video with the Rembrandt lighting, we're not just limited to using split lights in a studio environment like this doing portraits, as nice as it all can look. We can use them also in everyday images that we do, whether it's in a castle, a fantasy, a sci-fi image, a war image, whatever it is that you're doing. You can also use split lights there, but remember, it's there to tell a story. It's there to say that there's something mysterious going on here. This person's not to be trusted. He's a little bit this, she's a little bit that. It's not there to like I said, beautify your models or anything of the sort. It's there to help with our storytelling, and the split light is an important light to use in that instance, and we'll use it in another one, another video that I'll be doing later on, where we're getting into cinematographic images and scenes and things, out to tell stories in images with your lighting and such. So there it is. That is a split light. Very simple. One light really is all that you need, although you can add the others in just to complement it, like we did do in this video. And so there we have it, split lighting. Very simple to do, just one light, you can just put it in there, and that's all you really need. Although you can add the extra supplemental lights in, like what we did there to control the shadows and to create a bit of a rim effect around our model. Thank you for watching. If you've got something out of this video, then please click the like button down below. That really helps me out, and it tells YouTube I'm a better YouTuber than what I actually am, and it boosts this video up in the algorithms. Also, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and hitting the little notification bell down below. That really helps the channel out as a whole. And as usual, if you've got any questions about this video, about Daz in general, or you just fancy a little chat, drop them down in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye now.